Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-September 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's up for my lovely Piscean people. I hope you're all doing well, my friends. But let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Pisces here? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always very interesting. But let's get this first card out here. What's going on for the Pisces people, please? All right, thank you. All right, nice. We do have our little page friend, Mr. Bookhead, showing up for a visit. I haven't seen him in quite a while, and you know, if you watch my readings, you know I love when he pops up. It's that page energy. I always find this card extremely amusing, just the imagery of it. Now, before we start breaking that down, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye. It needs to decalcify its pineal gland. You might be able to help it out. Let's get into the reading, though. Enough of the plugs, I promise. If you look at this card, you see our friend here, this young chap. He has a book for a hat, books on his neck, books in his hands, books all over the damn place. That's why I call him Mr. Bookhead. Really cool. Maybe I should use like a bookman costume this Halloween. But to me, this is very much page energy. It does lean Page of Pentacles. A lot of you could be on a quest for knowledge, learning new things. This could represent school or learning itself. So for some of you, that could be very important in this time of year. But it can also represent messages, talking, speaking one's truth. So when I do see this card, it is very much page energy to me, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get similar themes within the spread itself. So we're going to put our studious little book friend right here so he could watch us shuffle up these tarot cards. We're going to get you 3 in the upright, then we'll get the intuitive, juicy stuff. So let's shuffle it up one time, my guides. Talk to me. And that first card, as the Temperance card flew out of my hands, but we're not going to take it just yet. Little bookhead over there, that doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote, okay? So let's get it going here. What's going on for Pisces? So last week's reading was a little bit concerning. And now I always tell everybody I'm a Pisces rising, so these readings hit for me often. Last week's reading was titled Big Ending Incoming. A little bit rough, okay? So hopefully you haven't had some rough ones. But weeks prior, there were very much positive energies, right? Like wins, victories, exciting news, all sorts of good stuff. So we're going to hope to reinstate that positive energy. Let's get it going here. But yeah, hopefully you haven't had any rough and tough endings in recent days and weeks. So let's see what's going on with Pisces, please. Thank you. All right, we do have some action here showing up right in the beginning. We have the Knight of Swords in position number 1. Air sign energy, front and center. Let's keep it moving. That is the epitome of starting off with a bang, okay? Thank you. Queen of Wands, so we do have the fire-air combination. We have double court cards here. Let's get one more. It's always interesting when I get a lot of court cards in a reading and a spread, okay? And all court cards in your main portion. We have the King of Swords himself in position number 3. So I will say this, Pisces, before we even start breaking all this down, when we get heavy court cards in a spread, yes, it could represent literal people in your life, individuals, figures, but it can also represent powerful themes and archetypes. And it seems like we have a whole royal family in this reading thus far, like with the king, the queen, the knight. We had the page in the very beginning, so there might be a lot of family and home dynamics going on. But let's go through it real quick. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes before we get the juicy stuff. Position number 1, the Knight of Swords. Like I said, this is one of the fastest action cards in the whole entire deck. This is literally starting off with a bang. The positives of this card is action, movement, change, someone who's determined and focused on a goal. The negatives of this card can represent conflict, beef, butting heads with people, not seeing eye to eye. This is a volatile energy, and I will say this. The fact that we have 2 cards of the air element, 1 card of the fire, I always say when we mix these elements, it can be explosive, it can be volatile. Now that could be good or bad. But getting to the center, we have the Queen of Wands. Queens in tarot, they represent, now the Knight can also represent communication and messages, but the Queens represent the inner self. Now, if this isn't a fire sign in your life, This Queen of Wands can represent your inner self-confidence, right? Just like the King, it's entrepreneurial feelings of wanting to be independent, of course. But the Queen of Wands to me is sexiness, beauty, and feeling confident in oneself. So something about your self-confidence can be at play here, if that's not a person, okay? So moving to the very back end, Kings in tarot, they represent control of their respective suit, whereas the Queen is the inner, the Knights are the action, the Kings represent control. As I've been saying, swords do represent communication, talk, strategy, but that of the mind. So this could be someone trying to get their thoughts in control, keep their head on straight, keep focused on a goal. If this isn't a person, an older male figure, or even if this isn't an air sign, the King of Swords is extremely strategic. Just like the Queen of Swords, he could be very serious and stern, honest and shrewd, and can represent serious situations as well. So we're going to want to see what this is about, especially since we have double swords, all court cards thus far. Let's dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, so we're going to get a good shuffle here for my Pisces people. Please, my guides, talk to me. What do we got here? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. We're going to go in on this Knight of Swords and see what's up. And as always, if you read tarot yourself, please feel free to play along, because that's why the box is there. Okay, so if you have any messages from this spread that you want to give to Pisces, you can drop it down below. I don't mind. So what's going on here with this Knight of Swords? What's this action about? Thank you. Okay. All right, we have the Ace of Swords. Now, this could be extremely good, or it could be pretty harsh when we have the Ace of Swords. And the way this is looking to me is there could be either some sort of opportunity or new beginning that is coming at you lightning fast. Like you might not even see it coming. It's like one of those like very, very sudden. So whether it's a sudden opportunity, a sudden change, or sudden action, that's kind of what I'm picking up here. So there might be something that happens very quick, very suddenly that you might need to adjust from. Just know that. That's the energy this is filling me with. Another vibe this could be is like somebody ready to go to war. So beware of conflict in this time, because when I see the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords, these are weapons, these are instruments of war. So there might be somebody ready to fight. This might be some possible conflict or someone who's ready to go to war. But the main thing I was feeling here, and we'll see how the rest of this plays out, is there might be sudden situations, sudden issues, sudden action, and things happening. And I have been seeing that veil of mystery around the water signs, the unexpected. Right, I've been seeing that around a lot of signs this week, actually. So we're going to put that down, and we'll see how the rest of this plays out, okay? Because you know me, I'm not a fear monger. I'm not going to try to get you all nervous about nothing. Just because I say sudden or unexpected, that's not always a bad thing. But let's see what's up with that Queen of Wands. Let's see why she's here. And just to point out the fact that we do have, all right, this is good. You might be called to intervene in somebody else's issue or problem. We have the Five of Wands in the reverse sense. Now, in this deck I'm using, the Vice Versa Tarot, which I'm having a lot of fun with. It's a very much in-depth type of deck. You have the front side, you have the back side. So we're getting the reverse side here under this Queen of Wands. Like, this is somebody that needs to step in and put a stop to something. So whether that's you stepping in to solve an issue or solve a conflict for somebody else, like you might need to be a mediator, or if you're going through conflict, if you're going through issues, you might need somebody else's help to step in to solve it, like a mediator. That's what I'm feeling. And I am picking up underlying conflict here. Okay, and both of these, once again, it's all fire and air still, all wands, all swords. So that explosive energy, which you had a few weeks ago, is still showing up. Okay, I'm going to move over to the King of Swords. I don't feel like we really need to overcomplicate this, but it's interesting how it plays out, Pisces. But we're going to see what's up with that King of Swords. Then we'll go into a quick recap before we get into the shadow. Might be a couple of warnings about conflict, but that sudden, fast, volatile action is still holding true here. Okay, could be good or bad, right? Let's see what's going on. And then the fact that the Five of Wands is in reverse, aside from that mediator stuff, this could be something coming to a stop as well, like putting something to a stop. Let's go in on that King. So why is the King there? King of Swords, thank you. Temperance, yeah. Okay. Like, let's all be adults here. Like this, and that's kind of the vibe I'm catching here, Pisces. Temperance, very angelic, very patience-based. If you're going through situations, it is actually advised here that you go to other people to assist you, because I was catching that in the center with the queen. I'm catching it in the end with the king, especially the King of Swords with temperance. Feels very benevolent and kind. Okay, so somebody who sees things clearly, sees things fairly. If things are hectic, if things are going crazy, don't feel bad about going to others to help you solve this issue, whether it's just having someone to talk to or getting somebody else's opinion. We're not meant to go through life as singular creatures, right? We're social creatures by nature. So that's what this is telling me. You might need help. You might need assistance with something, okay? Now, I'm getting two figures that could absolutely be calming something down. Temperance is the card of Sagittarius. It also represents Michael the Archangel. So I need to say this too, with the benevolent king, this powerful energy, you might be extremely spiritually protected in this time. So just know that regardless of what you're going through, your guides, your spirit team, your angels, your ancestors, you have somebody watching over you, even if you can't feel it or see it. This is beautiful. Okay, so like, yeah, we do have a lot of different things going on here and warnings about conflict, but you are protected and you will be protected. So this feels good. We're going to go through and do a quick recap here before we get into the shadow card. Interesting reading this week, Pisces. And you know what? If this doesn't hit for you, all good. Please watch your other alignments. But if you look in the box, position number 1, we have the Knight of Swords. Lots of court cards here. Lots of underlying conflict that could be possible. But we have the Knight of Swords with the Ace of Swords. Now, to me, this was feeling like something happening very suddenly. It's a volatile type of action, so expect the unforeseen, expect sudden action, sudden situations, sudden issues, things like that cropping up in this time. There is a warning about conflict as well, because like I said, both of these cards look like they're about to go to war with each other. But moving to the center, we have the Queen of Wands with the Five of Wands in reverse. Now, just because all these cards are conflict-based and they're about to go to war, it could be inner conflict within yourself, feeling one way, feeling another. So there's a little bit of volatility here, but this is telling me that you might need a mediator, somebody to help calm things down. Okay, that's the main vibe I was catching here. But I get the vibe of somebody taking control of the situation and shutting something down, which would be good. Maybe you're going to get into Queen of Wands mode yourself. But moving to the back end, we have this benevolent protective figure here with the King of Swords and Temperance, this angelic energy. Now, yes, I did say about going to others for help. If things are crazy, if you're going through a lot, if things get out of hand, lean on others, of course, get help, get assistance if necessary. Maybe you're going to be called on to help somebody out. But this feels extremely protective. Guides, spirit team, angels, all that beautiful love and light energy protecting you. So even if things are going haywire, just know you're a protected individual. It's absolutely beautiful. And I hope that resonates with you, because it feels so loving and benevolent right there on the back end. So please take a screenshot of that. Look into it further if you'd like. I'm going to get you one shadow card here real quick, Pisces. Super interesting reading this week. Let's see what's going on. What's up with my Piscean people, please? And yes, my friends, I'm using the Shadowland Tarot deck, which I love to use for the shadow work. Could just be something within yourself. It could be something you don't quite see right now. I always say take this as it hits too. Okay, we do have the Four of Cups here. So your mind state, your thoughts, okay, are being highlighted, your thought process, what you're thinking. This is a big warning from Spirit not to overthink things in this time. Not to get caught in your head, not to get caught in la-la land, daydreaming too much. Because yes, this isn't a negative card. I see the Four of Cups as neutral, but as a shadow card, it's like somebody who's in their mind a little too much or thinking too much to the point of inaction. So the main vibe I'm picking up this week is don't let your mind be your own worst enemy, Pisces. And that's what I have for you this week. So my beautiful friends, don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, wonderful Vice Versa Tarot. This is the deck that I'm using in all the readings for September. So if you'd like to get your name in, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite use for tarot? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month going into October, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you. And I'll see you next time.